Welcome to Shruti Out Loud.
Let's start this conversation. So, if you are wondering, by the way, what this conversation is going to be about, it is going to be about. Have you guessed it? Maybe not. Maybe you have. I don't know. But still, I'll tell you. It's astrology. How did we come up with this? Is basically the guest, the other part of this conversation. Riddhi is a fellow Capricorn, and people who know me just know that how obsessed I am with this thing, being a Capricorn. And fellow Capricorns, I'm always there for you, and I know you are always there for me. Even if we haven't met yet, we are there for each other. So let's start this conversation with Riddhi. And if you might have any questions or anything at all, please feel free to type them right on the left, right, down, center, below, wherever you get the option. And we'll try to maybe, have those discussions with each other and maybe with you. We'll see how it goes. So let's add Riddhi to this streaming and have this discussion with her. And basically, just Capricorn on Capricorn. Absolutely. It is going to be crazy. So be prepared. I have warned you. Now it's on you. So, Riddhi, let's bring you on board. Hello, Riddhi.
Wow, you're like a radio jockey, yeah.
Man, this अब तो इतना टाइम हो गया करते हुए, so अभी हो गया है वो how to set the tone, set the pace and everything, and to build that dish 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 वो हो गया है. But I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it's very professional, huh?
So, Riddhi, first of all, before going ahead, let's get to know you a little. I mean, I also know you a little. So maybe for me it would be a little more, and for everybody else it would be a little. So just tell us who you are.
First and foremost, I'm a Capricorn. That's something that all of you know by now. So I have had an interest in astrology since the past 5 years, I would say. Before that, I never really took it
Acha.
seriously. Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
I still don't take it seriously, but I started reading up on it more thoroughly over the past 4 to 5 years. And there's one particular incident that I can recall that
Hmm.
triggered that curiosity.
Acha.
Besides that, I work in fashion. I am a fashion marketeer, and I also like to write in my spare time. And
Okay.
what else? Yes, I am from a couple of different cities. I've moved around a lot. I've been to a lot of different schools, and
All
I
right.
like to cook once in a while. I think that those are some of the most in like some of the most obvious things that I can think of, and the rest you will uncover during the chat.
Absolutely, I will. Okay, so Riddhi, so you suggested this topic, all right?
Mhm.
So you were like, okay, let's have a discussion about this, and I was totally on board, and I was very keen on it because I would not have been able to find someone else to have this discussion with. I'll be very honest with you. Like, this is something that I have in my heart. Oh my God, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Capricorns. But obviously, you cannot. Being a Capricorn, it's all inside, and you just keep it inside, and you're like, yeah, 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 sure, sure, cool. That's all right. So when you said it, I was like, oh yes, let's do
By
it.
guys, by the way, guys, we are just here to figure out why we are so curious about this topic. We are not professional astrologers. Please don't take anything too seriously that we say out here. Do your own research. If you're a believer, if not, then maybe this conversation will change your mind. So
Right.
yes, I suggested this topic because I've been so curious about it. Surprisingly, I find that a lot of people are actually getting into astrology. I thought it was things that people deem as pseudoscience, but I'm really surprised to know that people even want to read the zodiac sign of the pets, by the way.
Yeah. I have heard that, that this is a thing, that this is also a thing. I'm sorry, I would like to correct that this is also a thing. So,
Wait,
all right. So,
I'm saying, do you know all of your dog's zodiac signs? Is any
not
of them?
really. No, I have one Saji. Oh, yes, actually, yes, Pika is Capricorn. Oh, yes. Ooh, never thought about that. I think now we'll have a good discussion. Now,
Yeah,
Pika and I will sit and we'll bond over that.
yeah,
Hello, Faith. Hello, fellow Capricorn. Let's talk.
yeah.
Interesting. Acha. So, Riddhi, we have decided few things that we want to discuss about. So, let's start with the very first thing. So, the first topic that we are going to touch is astrology racism for girls? So, what are your thoughts about it? And then, let's take this ahead from there.
Oh my God. Okay. So the reason I wanted to have this chat is because I saw this reaction video on YouTube where these two guys were like reacting to a very sensitive subject. Actually, this woman, she decided to abort a baby without discussing with a partner because she figured out that he was like the baby was going to be born a Sagittarius. So like
Acha.
so she didn't want a Sagittarius baby, so she like aborted the baby. So these two guys are talking about it.
Hmm.
Obviously, like the discussion went into detail about why people take astrology so seriously, blah blah blah, which I agree with. But then this guy who was reacting to the video, he was like, "This is why I will never date girls who are into astrology." I was like, wow, okay. Like, isn't this guy doing the exact same
Oh,
thing woman was doing with the baby? So, like, I just wanted to figure, like, I wanted to go into detail about why so many people hate astrology and why you shouldn't take it so seriously.
right,
Of course, there's something to it, and you should definitely read up on that. But at the same time, you shouldn't take it too seriously, which is what today's discussion is mainly going to
about.
be about.
Yes.
So yeah, so coming back to the point that is astrology racism for girls. So like I've
Hmm.
seen memes and I've seen a lot of videos where people just talk about the fact that and this commentary is especially directed towards women that women who believe in astrology, it's like racism where they decide even before getting to know a person that I'm not going to be friends with this person because
Right,
they are a Sagittarius, or I'm not going to be I'm not going to date this person because like they're a Capricorn and I'm not compatible and things like that, which is
right,
not how astrology works. Um, and at the same time, to kind of do something as far fetched as taking decisions like you're not going to date someone because they believe in astrology. Like this is one extreme of the spectrum, and the other extreme is like that woman aborting a baby. So, like you
right,
have to
right,
find a middle ground where astrology needs to make sense to you, but you also need to have the wisdom to kind of draw the line.
right.
And
Absolutely.
you don't have to let it take over your life completely, where every single decision is based on like astrology. Of course, it doesn't work like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so like I don't think astrology is racism for girls. Honestly, I mean that could be true for somebody who is going to the extreme of making every life decision based on this, but I don't agree with that meme. We have to cancel that meme.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I totally agree with you on that. That I mean, yes, I think most of us who actually are into reading horoscopes every morning, we don't take it that seriously. We
Yeah,
read it, we are like, oh yeah, yay, this is gonna happen. Oh, okay, so this is gonna happen. But then we walk out of that room and we are already over it. We have already forgotten it. And that's how it mostly is, that we don't take it too seriously. But yes, I will agree on that part, that whenever I meet somebody new and maybe I'm vibing with someone really well, so I definitely ask for their sun sign. That's
it's become a habit. I ask so many like anybody knew that I meet, the moment I feel comfortable enough to ask them their sign, I'm like, when is your birthday? I don't even ask what your sign. Ask when is your birthday, because like I've figured out,
It's very subtle.
I've read so much at this point that I instantly know what is their zodiac sign just based on their birthday, and then I'm thinking like,
Right, true that.
have I gone too far? Is this too much information for me to know?
Right, actually, yeah, I do that. Like, the moment I realize that, yeah, this is going good, this conversation is going really well. I really need to know if this person
So
is, in my circle.
yeah, so, like that's what I'm saying. So like I don't ask somebody their zodiac sign to kind of um form certain opinions about them. I think that is very
Right,
important. Even though I
right.
want piques my curiosity just to know what their sign is, and I want to match. I want to match that against what I've read so far. And if there's something negative that I've come across in my reading, I want to analyze that as well. That, for example, this is a well known fact for people who've read about astrology, especially like if people who've come across TikTok astrology, which can be like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a well known fact that online a lot of people tend to hate a certain zodiac sign. Gemini is one of them. Interesting
Hmm.
is some of the Geminis that I know, they have they're very badly behaved people, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, reading about their sign in detail has actually helped me form some very positive opinions. It's helped me understand why they act a certain way, because somebody would look at them and think that they're two faced, which is the common
Yeah, yeah,
interpretation of the zodiac sign. I'm sure if anybody's a Gemini who's watching, they probably don't agree. But that's what
yeah.
that the like the icon or the symbol for Gemini also is, that it's the
Right.
two. So the interpretation of that becomes that Geminis are two faced, and you don't know which side you'll get. They choose which side they're going to show you.
Yeah.
But if you read in detail about Gemini, like I know this is now kind of getting more in depth, that it's a sign ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is
Hmm.
a sign of communication. It likes to play, it likes to explore. So for example, if you come across a Gemini, you if you don't understand their sign, you might think that they're trying to get into everybody's business, they're trying to gossip, they're trying to have a conversation with you and then go to a third person and uh, discuss all of that again with a third person. So it just kind
Right.
of creates a general bad impression. But if you approach them with the knowledge that this is a sign that likes to be involved in multiple things, that they're ruled
Right.
by
Absolutely.
communication, they need that socialization to kind of feel good about themselves. They need to be active all the time. So when you
Right.
start reading these things, I think it greatly helps you understand a person. I'm not even saying from the perspective of astrology, but in general, even if you take astrology out of the equation, this could very well be the behavior of a person, uh, who is just curious about things. To you, it might come
Yeah.
across as trying to be malicious, but actually, they're not. They're just very intrigued by everything around them, and they just want
Right.
to explore. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
that
So we
is
have
just
also received a comment that Preeti is saying that I had a Gemini friend and I have same opinion. So
by
there you go.
same opinion, I'm assuming they mean that the two-faced thing. I don't know. Like if you have that opinion, we would suggest you read up more on Gemini's. I think that will greatly help you understand your friend better. And if you agree with us that they're just a sign that is very youthful and playful, then
Yeah.
kudos.
Right. Okay. So Preeti just said two phase. So yes, Preeti. So possibly, as Riddhi just suggested here, that maybe if you'll read more about them, then you will realize, where that is coming from. And yeah, it's mostly about that. That don't take it like too much.
Yeah.
Sure. Now she's not in touch. Okay. There you go. All
Automatic.
right. Okay, so yes, so that was about our very first topic that we wanted to touch. Okay, so next we are moving on to so how much do we let astrology dictate our decisions? Although we have covered a bit of it already in our discussion, but let's get into a bit of a some depth and talk about this thing in a bit more detail.
Hmm.
So
So,
yes,
yeah, I think
go ahead.
in India it's a big deal. I mean, people who've been dating certain people for like 5 years, they've had to break up because of astrology, and
Yeah.
because their family doesn't think that their natal charts match, which is astrology, guys. If you don't know, that whole thing with the kundali and everything, that is astrology only. So
Huh.
like just imagine you're dating someone for like 3 years, 5 years, and then suddenly your family decides to involve a pandit who says that the kundali doesn't match, and astrology is
Exactly, and that
basically.
has happened with a lot of people.
Yes, yes, I don't even mean like the older generation. I think that pretty much happens even now to with a lot of people, and it will keep happening for as long as people decide that this is something
Right.
that needs to be taken into consideration when you're deciding if someone is a good match for you. So I think at least in India, astrology still has a great hold on uh, at least this aspect of everyone's life when it comes to marriage and finding a partner for the long term and things like that.
Right.
But even besides that, I think even when babies are born, uh, this now what I'm talking about is Vedic astrology. So just to give a little bit of background, because I've read on this also, that Western astrology and Vedic astrology that we follow in India are quite different actually.
Mm-hmm.
Westerners believe more in the sun sign, and like and I'm sure a lot of people who've read their horoscopes, or who I remember we used to we still have so many news channels that hold this maybe weekly segment or daily segment where they get into astrology. So a lot of people must have noticed that what they know their sun sign, what they know of their sun sign is different when you are reading Indian astrologers about Indian astrologers talking about your natal chart, or when you're just reading about Vedic astrology in general. So your sun sign changes because the way they calculate it is different. And even names, I think the first letter of your name is decided at the time of your birth based on certain factors in your natal chart. So yeah, I think Indians at least it's still matters a lot. It definitely affects a lot of factors in your life, be it marriage or be it your name and things like that. I'm sure there are so many other things that within families that which are really into astrology, that take the smallest decisions after consulting their like family pandit and things like that. So I think at least in our country, yes, astrology has a big impact on big decisions. You want to add anything besides the name, baby names, and the wedding partners and all of that, marriage partners?
I think majorly, yes, that's exactly how astrology dictates our lives in India, and it is a well-known fact. Nobody escapes it. Nobody. I think everybody, if you talk about by the Kundli Milana and all of that just happens. Or ऐसा होता है. Yes, I totally agree with you that earlier, uh, what used to happen was that कि अगर कुंडली मैच नहीं हो रहा है तो you know these people cannot get married ऐसा था. But now I think it's more about they give you the solutions कि अच्छा ऐसा है तो इसकी शादी पहले उससे करा दो, फिर इसकी शादी उससे करा दो, फिर इन दोनों की आपस में शादी हो जाएगी.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. But
So
then,
now they
like,
have the solutions.
yeah. I mean, the whole thing where like the pandit just says no, you can't get married to this person at all. There are still pandits like that, but then in that case, what families have started doing is that they go to a
कुछ
different
कर दो.
pandit to kind of figure out
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I think
the
now
other
Panditjis have
pandit
also,
will be able to will have a different take on the whole
हाँ,
compatibility situation, and if the other person will finally be like हाँ मतलब हो सकती है शादी, इतनी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, I have
Right,
solutions
right.
for you, like you just mentioned. That do
Exactly,
this with the
exactly.
tulsi and do that with the people ka ped and all that.
हाँ एकदम. So that's what, basically, and I think now Panditjis are also getting used to this idea कि now they know कि देखो ना बोल के फायदा नहीं है, better ये है, just give them a solution.
Hey, did you know that Saturday is supposed to be like our day because we are ruled by
Shani,
Saturn.
yes,
Yeah, Saturn is Shani, so like Shanivar is belongs to the
our day.
Capricorn. Yeah.
Saturday, Saturday. तभी तो कहती रहती है कोई Saturday because it's our day. What are you saying?
I'm sure people from other signs, whoever's watching, they're getting annoyed right now. They're like, these two girls, they're just going on and on about Capricorn only. Guys,
Dude, I just
if you want to add anything about your zodiac sign, or if you have any opinions about the discussion we've had so far, please drop a comment so we can take it up and talk to you guys.
absolutely. And if you want to be a part of this discussion with your video on, we can do that too. We are open. We are
Yeah.
totally okay with it.
Yeah.
ठीक है. So moving on to our next question. So Riddhi, I haven't seen it. The series on Netflix called Astrology Explained. So what? But have you seen it?
Yes, I actually watched it a long time ago, so I vaguely
अच्छा.
remember the thing, but it was very interesting. I remember it got into this whole domain of spirituality. Why uh,
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden you're seeing this surge on digital platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, where there's a whole bunch of astrology content being done, be it people like debuking myths about their zodiac signs or talking
Yeah.
about how different planets and different signs impact your
Mm-hmm.
personality. There's so much discussion happening, guys. Seriously, if you're interested, if you want to get started, you should go online and on any platform and do you
Mm-hmm.
can do your research if you don't like reading. So
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
this one episode, what it was talking about was that people uh, why people have shifted from religion to
Hmm.
astrology, because they need something to believe in at all times. So for much older generation, this it used to be religious faith, but for
Yeah,
younger
yeah.
generations, they connect more to like a more ambiguous power, which astrology kind of fulfills for them. So it was almost similar to how what like Harry Potter does for people, how they get so psyched about the like identifying with a certain house, so astrology is kind of like that, and to have this whole thing with astrology being backed up by scientific explanation, that makes it even more intriguing for a lot of people. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of like there is no sign, like uh, there's no research actually proving that astrology is 100% accurate, but there's definitely something to it. That's what studies have suggested, and a lot of people obviously who don't believe, they still think that it's a pseudoscience, it's not a real science.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion is that there's definitely something there. It's not something that I would dismiss, because
Yeah.
there are even things that are beyond my understanding about myself. I've read them when I've gone through my natal chart. Some of the explanations
Right.
that some videos have offered or some websites have offered in terms of my planet placements and
Mm-hmm.
certain degrees, like even degrees. You have 30 degrees within a sign if you read more on astrology, because there are 12 signs. You divide the 360 degrees with 12, so you get 30 degrees in
Right.
one sign. So even the day you were born kind of determines your degree, and that can also
Mm-hmm.
differentiate, for example, two people born under the same sign.
Right.
So,
Right.
so it's extremely detailed actually. It's very interesting to read. So yeah, so this video was actually talking about the younger generations connecting with astrology more than religion, because
Okay.
it is like religion, but it doesn't have a god. So that makes it
Hmm.
more acceptable for younger people. It makes it more digestible. And they also talked about because you're always hustling, there is so much pressure on younger
Yeah.
generations. They would rather get explore things on a spiritual level, and astrology kind of falls into that same realm. Similarly, you will also see the rise of tarot reading, for example. You will also see people getting into
Hmm.
you will see people getting into skincare. You will see people talking about self care. So all of this is moves goes hand in hand, I would say. And
Mm-hmm.
astrology is a part of spirituality, I think, more than science for me. And this is what this one episode of Netflix Explained talk about. There were a lot of other things actually that they were talking about. So, guys, anybody who's watching, if you want to go and see that episode, I think it's still on Netflix. At least it was there last month when I started thinking about this idea, so it was still there.
All right.
Yeah, so I think that kind of explains why younger people are more open towards astrology. You would think that people would rebuke कि अरे ये क्या है मतलब, like I don't
Um,
want to decide if I should get married to a person based on my natal chart, but surprisingly people are really open to this. I think people really
yeah.
want to know if they are compatible with the other person based on their natal chart and all of that.
Yeah. Placement of the stars and everything when they were born. Yeah.
Even
Absolutely.
before it comes to marriage, like I'm saying, a lot of people actually want to know that the person that they're dating, if their sun signs are compatible. Obviously, the like in reality of astrology, it doesn't really work like that. You have to look at other placements to really know. But
Like you cannot generalize it all.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, absolutely. ठीक है, तो I will also check that series out because I have seen the other episodes, but I think I did not reach that one. So I will possibly, catch up with that one tomorrow, being a weekend. You
I
do
think
these things on weekend.
you should definitely watch it tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's there. Otherwise, it will
ठीक
definitely
है.
still be on YouTube. So
Yeah. I'll look for it. Yeah.
I remember these guys when they launched it. Remember, like I think 2 years ago, there was this whole conversation happening about like a 13th zodiac sign. How Capricorn.
Oh, that really shattered me.
I think that triggered a lot of people who were into astrology. Like
It did.
Capricorn is suddenly Sagittarius now, and Aquarius is suddenly like Capricorn now.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that time.
But you know what? If you read, like if you follow Vedic astrology instead of Western
Huh.
astrology, those websites actually say that people like born in the traditional like Capricorn time frame, we are actually Sagittarius.
हाँ, आई थिंक वो मकर और एक दूसरा क्या होता है उसी के आसपास मकर एंड
Aquarius.
कुंभ कुंभ आई
Kumbh
थिंक
is,
सो
I think Kumbh is can Aquarius. हाँ, Aquarius. हाँ,
आई थिंक
but
सो
yeah, but the logic there is that like the Earth when it orbit like the orbit around the sun, it's changed slightly, so that's kind of changed the degrees also. That's
ओके
why our sun signs are also different now. It changes a couple every like couple of years, 100 years or something. I don't know. So that
सो
like
Capricorns and we are also Sagis.
we are not Capricorns at all. We are Sagittarius now. But the confusing part is, so like, does that mean that Capricorn characteristics are now supposed to be Sagittarius
Yeah,
characteristics, or
how does
we
it? Yeah,
or like do we have Sagittarius traditional Sagittarius characteristics, because the two signs are very opposite.
absolutely. But
So,
also,
sorry.
I think, but at the same time, I think like Sagis and Capricorn are quite different, but I think these two sun signs also kind of get along or they understand each other because that's what my so far, my experience has been.
Your experience might have been that, but like astrologers don't think so. No, no, no.
हाँ, I know, but पता नहीं somehow मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि like all the Sagis that I have had in my life, yes, very different people from everybody else, but also I think, yeah, I think they sort of, made a place for themselves in my heart.
So you don't mind being a Sagittarius now, huh? You're ready to leave Capricorn behind. You're ready to be a
I am
Sagittarius.
always a Capricorn. Yeah, वो तो nobody can take that away from me. No, nobody. Okay, so we have got a question. Same sun signs gel together. Is it true or a myth? What do you say, Riddhi?
Oh my God, these questions are meant for professional astrologers, but I'll answer them, guys,
Okay, sure, sure, sure.
with the little wisdom that I have. So actually, yes, you're right. If you believe what astrologers say, then it is obviously the easiest thing to get along with somebody of your own zodiac sign. But at the same time, what that can do is that will make you look at for example, if you're a Capricorn, that will make you look at your fellow Capricorn friend and also be able to see the things you don't like about yourself. So I know a few Capricorn people who I don't really admire because I can see everything that's wrong with them, and then I'm like, oh my god, these are the exact things that are wrong with me as well. Like, for example, one thing that people say about Capricorns is that we are good with time management, and that doesn't really apply to the people I know, and it doesn't really apply to me either because I'm oftentimes very, very late for things. So it can also act as a mirror of your own shortcomings. But besides that, there are a lot of other factors to consider. Actually, it depends on where your other planets are placed, not just your sun sign. But yes, sun sign, having a common sun sign with somebody can greatly have a positive effect on your relationship. Yes, that is true if you go by what astrologers say. So I hope that answers the question. Okay, guys, so Shruti just messaged me. She'll be back in a minute. She's having some challenges with Wi Fi, but maybe it's because it's a Saturday. Because just to give you a little, since we are on the topic, Capricorns in general are said to have a very tough time, especially in the first half of their life. Not exactly like 40-50 years, but the first, say, 25-30 years, because they're ruled by Saturn, and in the what you call Shani, because Saturn is the planet of limitations. It's the planet that teaches you important life lessons. It's the planet of karma. If you've done bad deeds, as a Capricorn, at least what I felt, anytime that I have stepped out of line intentionally, anytime that I have let my poor judgment uh, convert into action, I think I have faced the consequences almost instantly. Like, it's not even funny. I really think that it's the Saturn impact that I have on me because of my sun sign. So, if astrology really interests you guys, maybe you can also read about what certain planets in astrology mean. So, I was telling them why Capricorns have such a hard time with everything in the first few years of their life, because Saturn
Right.
is the planet that teaches you life lessons and all of that. It's supposed to be the
Right,
harshest.
absolutely. It prepares you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
and I don't know if this is coincidence or if it's something that has to do uh, with astrology, but all the Capricorns I know have lost a
Hmm.
parent before the age of 30. You and I are examples. We have another mutual friend, uh, even though she's already
Hmm.
20, but I think it's comparatively young to lose a parent. And I know
Absolutely, yes.
other Capricorns, at least two other Capricorns who lost one of their parents at a younger age. And I've read this somewhere that Capricorns
Hmm.
either really like have a really complicated relationship with their parents, or they will lose a parent at a comparatively young age. And I was really
Oh,
like surprised to read that,
yeah.
that is something that astrology can determine for you. So yeah, I think there is. That's why I say that I think there is something to it. Of course, I could be wrong, but yeah.
Hmm. All right. So, Riddhi, we have got another question here. Can you enlighten on Virgos? So, let's do one thing. Let's talk about Virgos. Whatever you know, whatever I know, and maybe, that's the kind of discussion that we can have about Virgos.
A Virgo asking others about Virgos. Oh, I didn't think I would see the day because Virgos are always talking about being the best sign and everything. The other day, I saw somebody had put up a screenshot on their Insta stories, which said, "Is Virgo the best sign?" Okay, so you want to know about Virgo. The little that I know, I will tell you. Virgo is supposed to be an earth sign, just like Capricorn. If you don't know anything at all about astrology, let me tell you that the 12 zodiac signs are divided into four elements. There are earth signs, there are fire signs, there are water signs, and there are air signs. So you have three earth signs: Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So like Capricorn, Virgo is supposed to be an earth sign, which means that they are very, very grounded, and they are very, very materialistic. That's what a lot of astrologers say. I don't completely agree with that, but I mean, it could be true to a certain extent. Like Gemini, Virgos are also ruled by Mercury, which means that they're all about the mind. Mercury is all about the mind, it's about communication. But the way that Mercury acts on Gemini is a bit different on how it acts on Virgo. For Virgo, what being ruled by Mercury means that they're very, very analytical. They are how do I put this? They're concerned with how things are done, like the to the tiniest details, how things are done on a micro level. They are very controlled in the way that they express themselves because they are very inward. They do a lot of thinking, they do a lot of analyzing before talking, before doing something, before taking action. So that's what I mean when I say that they're very, very controlled, even in the way that they present themselves. So when you're speaking to a Virgo, you might think that they're very sophisticated, or you might think that they're very dull because they're not giving away everything about their personality in the very first meeting. And yes, Virgo is also represented by the maiden or the virgin. So that means that they are very pure at heart, because the maiden represents the untouched woman or the young woman who is supposed to be, um, who doesn't have any bad bone in her body and things like that. So yeah, that is one way to look at Virgo. I honestly don't know much more about besides that. Maybe you can, maybe you can hop online and do a little bit more research. That's all that I know. My moon sign is Virgo, so I know a little bit that I've told you already. What else? Let me think very quickly. Mm, I actually know a couple of Virgos. I think this description that I've just shared with you, it fits in completely. I think they're very mature for their age, but at the same time, they have this very, very innocent. They have this very innocent vibe about them. So I think the description fits. Of course, there is good and bad with every zodiac sign. So some of the Virgos who decide to use their uh, their cerebral qualities for the bad, obviously that will translate into having a bad personality. So you'll find that these people are very cunning, very calculated, very manipulative. But again, that doesn't really apply just to Virgos, that applies to all the signs. So yeah, I would suggest you do reading. You will be surprised to find that a lot of very well known celebrities are also Virgos, because they know how to behave in the public. They know how to behave basically when they are put in the limelight. They don't let fame get to their head. They're very thoughtful. Everything is thought through. So that's the impression that I have about Virgos. So yeah, I hope that answers your question a little bit.
And it's a Saturday, so I think we have just made peace with this. I think it has happened कि ठीक है यार कुछ भी होगा, we'll just somehow manage. अब इसकी वजह से you cannot just keep on getting so serious कि अरे ये हो गया वो हो गया, ठीक है यार हो गया है, we'll find a way. हो जाएगा कुछ ना कुछ. So I was like कि ठीक है ये तो हो जाएगा, इसमें कोई issue नहीं है, and Riddhi will take up that question. So Riddhi, I was listening to all of it and you did a very good job.
Thank you.
You are just saying that I'm not a professional, but you've got so much of research and so much of knowledge that I think you're doing a really good job.
Thank you. You makes me think I want to like my brother is concerned for me when he's reading about astrology. When I told him that we're doing a podcast on astrology, his exact reaction was क्या
Huh.
करती रहती है ये सब.
Like why?
He's also Capricorn. By the way, a lot of
Acha.
Capricorns don't believe in astrology because they're that practical. They're like, this is too practical for us to get into.
Right, that's true.
So I think
That's
he's
very
one of those, unlike us.
Yeah, even my elder brother is a Capricorn and he's totally not into it. Like not even a bit. वो तो हम उसको इन्वॉल्व करते रहते हैं कि यार अरे you are a Capricorn and you are a part of our party and all. But he doesn't really. He's like whatever. But yes, I think the point that you just mentioned is very true. That because Capricorns are very practical, so it is kind of hard for them to sort of rely on something like this. Ki, how can somebody else or something else decide
Something
anything
that is
for us?
not backed by hardcore like facts. That
हाँ
is
हाँ
that is the hard part for them. Just like a
right
lot of people
exactly
who don't believe in astrology. By the way,
बिल्कुल
guys,
बिल्कुल very
like
true.
the Virgo who asked, the Virgos are also supposed to be very practical. In fact, all the earth signs are supposed to be very, very practical. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because earth represents the material world, things that you can touch and
Hmm.
see, things that you can touch and see. So anything that they can't touch, anything that they can't see, anything that is not backed up by facts, they will not believe it. They will not support it.
Yeah.
Um, they will not give it a second thought. Basically, in a lot of cases.
Right. Right. Very true. ठीक है. So Riddhi, moving on to our next topic. So is Gen Z bringing astrology back, or was it ever, did it ever leave? What are your thoughts about it?
I think it didn't leave, honestly, like at least for Indians, so it didn't leave. I don't know about the rest of the world. But at the same time, I think Gen Z is definitely reinventing how astrology is being used to create content. Like a
Hmm.
lot of the a lot of the information I've got on astrology is through watching videos through younger content creators. It's not 50-year-olds on the internet talking about astrology. It's not like 45-year-old auntie talking about astrology. It's
Right.
like
Right.
it's people our age and younger people who are really getting into tarot reading, who are getting into natal charts, or getting into astrology. So I think they've put a fresh spin on astrology for sure, and they've made it very interesting and much more accessible for people to consume astrology content. Even somebody who would turn a blind eye towards astrology, the way that the presentation is being done, the way that it's amplifying into music, into cinema, into
Right.
blog, into branded content, I think that is making it a very, very intriguing subject. So in that sense, I think Gen Z is definitely reinventing it. And I also think that Gen Z needs astrology more than we did, or more than the older generation did, because like we were talking about religion and spirituality, I think astrology
Mm-hmm.
is much more digestible form of like faith, I would say, for the lack of a better word. It's
Hmm.
something that you can easily relate to in these times. Like I know when COVID started, so many people were bringing astrology even into that conversation, and most of these people were really young. I think one guy was as young as 15 years old, who was talking about
Okay.
how the planets already kind of indicated that
This was
something
going to
big
happen.
is something big is going to happen in the world, because the last time that Saturn was
Yeah.
aspecting Pluto. Like I don't even know
Yeah.
the detailed terminology he was using, but he was talking about certain aspects between two planets. Just imagine the level of reading that he must have done and digging.
Very true.
Yeah, so he was like the last time these planets were like this was 80 years ago when we had this war and we had this crisis in the world. Now, after all these years, these two planets are together in this house again. It means that something really big is going to happen, which is going to impact humanity. It's going to change
Hmm.
everything we know.
Hmm.
I think when you have people creating content like that, it becomes very easy for the younger generation to kind of find comfort in that, because it is
Right.
so relatable at that point that you it because for me it has the right amount of escapism, it has the right amount of relatability, it has the right amount of ambiguity for me to interpret it the way I want rather than interpret it the way somebody else is telling me to. Like I gave you that Gemini example. So I think all
Right.
of technology is actually like that, where it's open to interpretation, which is why you will never find that two videos on YouTube unless they're talking about surface level astrology. Two people talking about astrology in depth, it will never be the same.
Yeah.
One
Yeah. That's
person
true.
will interpret it in a different way, another person will interpret it in a different way. Of course, professional astrologers have their own understandings. Even within that realm, there is debate about what is more reliable: Western astrology, Vedic astrology, this, that. So, yeah, I think I will say yes and no. Gen Z is reinventing it, but astrology didn't really leave, not for us, not for Indians.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with you on that. But yes, now, as you just mentioned, that, a lot of music, a lot of brands, when we talk about these things, that, when we talk about marketing, the sun signs, astrology, they have sort of, taken over. Like, the people who are into marketing, like even you have to think of you have to think on those lines, that maybe, you might be able to get the right audience if you sort of, weave in the astrology part, if you weave in the sun signs part. So I would totally agree on that part. What is your take on the same? Talking
So
about music, talking about pop culture, talking about brands, so let's cover that topic.
So I really enjoy it when somebody references astrology in music, in movies. Even
Uh-huh.
I remember the first time, I think the first reference that I ever came across was in this movie. I'm sure this is a movie that a lot of people have seen. It's Legally Blonde. I think it's more than maybe 10 or 15 years old. I am pretty sure it's at least 15 years old. But it had this dialogue, like the character was talking about themselves and the dog. They were like, "Hi, we are both
Uh-huh.
Gemini vegetarians. Both me and my dog." This movie is Legally Blonde, by the way.
Uh-huh.
So that was the first time I saw it in a movie, and since then, of course, like more recent artists, there is so much. There are so many astrology references, but I think that's just because I personally listen to younger artists. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
that there is older music also that references astrology. I
Mm-hmm.
am pretty sure there's a song or an album called The Age of Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. So I enjoyed thoroughly, and it makes sense because younger creators are also part of the Gen Z. Of the Gen Z of
Yeah.
Generation Z, basically. Like
Yeah.
Doja Cat, I think we talked about her a lot in our teasers. So she is 26 years old, I think, and I was doing a little bit of background search on her. She actually spent a big chunk of her younger life in an
Mm-hmm.
ashram. I think that could be one of the reasons why she's so into astrology. I don't know if she was in like an ashram in India or if it was an ashram in the US, but yeah,
Acha.
it was a traditional Indian ashram. I think that could be one of the reasons why she's so into astrology. But even
Hmm.
besides that, you have other artists talking about Pisces moon and like Libra, Sun, and whatnot. So it's very interesting. And why they're able to use this, because you have all this information available on the internet where you can go and see what kind of characteristics are associated with a certain sign. Like,
Right.
I know at least two songs that talk about Gemini in a negative undertone. Like, there is
Okay.
one song that talks about can't trust a big butt in a Gemini.
Okay.
And there is one song about, I think the lyrics are "Why are you such a Gemini?" The music, the song is about basically a guy who likes to cheat or whatever. So it's about like, why are
Okay.
you such a Gemini? Why do you like to cheat? So I think all this information, all this generic information that is available
Uh-huh.
online, that is really kind of helping these creators to convey the message more clearly, because they have an understanding that the audience that is watching them will relate to this kind of content instantly, and they'll be able to get reactions out of
Right.
them
Right.
instantly, because the moment you go to
Right.
the music videos, you'll see all the Geminis in the comment section being
Completely.
triggered. They're like, Doja, we are a fan. Why are you talking about us like this? I'm very triggered right now. But I still love you and all blah blah blah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they know what they're doing when they are referencing astrology in the music. And the same thing applies for all other pieces of content, be it branded content, or be it blog posts, or be it about, like, I think fashion and makeup brands, those
Mm.
two and astrology, I think it's a perfect fit. I think when I started reading about astrology, it was
Huh.
only because I was working on a blog at that time. I was working for this brand that was into renting out designer wear. So I thought I was helping a friend like who did content for the brand, because I was not the content writer there. So
Okay.
I gave her this idea because she herself was very into tarot reading. So she
Okay.
also said it piqued their interest very instantly. So I was like, why don't we do a blog post where we talk about what outfit every like zodiac sign would rent from our brand. So that was
Hmm.
so like this zodiac sign can rent this designer, and this color will suit this zodiac sign.
Right.
So it came out very interesting, and we got a good response on that. And since then, like, of course, we were not the first brand to explore something like that.
Hmm.
There has been tons of content being created by so many brands.
Right. 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 Around. Yeah.
Yeah, but I find it very common, like 3, 4 years down the line, Mintra is doing it, Nykaa is doing it, and these are some of the biggest brands in India, and of course, smaller brands. And in fact, brands are even incorporating astrology when it comes to making the actual product. There are perfume brands out there who've got a scent for
Mm.
every zodiac sign. They have a Capricorn perfume, they have an Aries perfume, they have a Gemini perfume, they have a
Yeah.
Pisces perfume, they have the entire range. And to amplify that, they're then finding as like young astrologers to talk about the
Mm-hmm.
product, sponsoring these bloggers and YouTubers,
Mm.
and these guys are making sure that the product reaches the right audience. So I think it has become a big business, and I think it also makes sense because people are definitely looking for customization, and this kind of offers customization to a certain extent, where it's
Uh-huh.
helping you identify with, like, certain mindsets that people have
Yeah.
associated with your zodiac sign. So I think that whole mentality feeds into the success of these brands and these products. And I would go as far as saying, like, I would not be surprised if in a couple of years you saw that brands are actually using these keywords to find audience online and show them, like,
Look.
as I'm pretty sure it's already happening actually. I'm sure that
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure
It's
that
it's crazy out there.
audience right now, they will all of a sudden start seeing all kinds of content related to astrology without even searching for it.
Right, absolutely. So
Yeah.
also to add to this point, Riddhi, because we are talking about the pop culture, we are talking about music, we are talking about so many things and how astrology sort of weaves in. into all of this. I would also like to point out, because I love reading, and I will only quote like one single book here, Harry Potter, just to let you know how astrology is also a part of the research that the authors do.
Oh
Because
yes, I know what you're going to talk about, but continue.
so yeah, so I was just, J.K. Rowling, she keeps releasing all these little notes and how she went ahead and created something. So it was very fun and very interesting to know that each character that she has written, it is all well researched. So have you read or have you seen Harry Potter?
I have not read all the books, but I think
Okay.
I've seen all the movies.
Okay.
But yes, I know which character, like I know which character, which two characters are Capricorns, and
Okay,
there are
I would
two.
really tell
I'm not
me.
going to say anything. I mean, you continue. You are the expert.
No, no, this is the question that I'm really asking you. This is exactly the question that I was going to ask you. That do you know who are okay, just
Okay,
name two Capricorns from Harry Potter. Yeah,
okay,
go
guys.
on.
Drum roll. Huh. Okay, so I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure actually the two characters from Harry Potter who are Capricorns, one is Voldemort, the villain,
Hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
other one is supposed to be Professor Snape, who is the most
Yes.
misunderstood character till the
Yes.
end. I think Professor Snape's birthday is supposed to be on 9th January,
Mm-hmm.
and Voldemort's birthday is supposed to be on 31st December. And within the astrology community, there's a big fight because, like, one zodiac sign doesn't cover the entire month. You have,
Right.
I think it
Few.
spans
Yeah.
from like,
Last 10 days. Or yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so like for example, the Capricorn time span is 21st or 22nd December till 20th or
Yes.
21st January. So there's like a huge conversation within the astrology community, even about the month. Like December Capricorns are supposed to be different
Yeah. 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 Even that is a thing.
from January Capricorns, and then they reference Harry Potter. They're like, see, the December Capricorn turned out to be evil, and the January Capricorn is supposed to be good. Like, oh my god.
But
Really funny.
I could see the way she has portrayed both of them. I could easily see the Capricorn traits. Like, I won't even deny.
Yeah, I think I posted one of these videos as the build up for today's live. I think it said Aquarius in movies, and I remember the one of the Aquarius characters was Luna Lovegood,
Yes.
the
Yes.
weird one. So
Yeah.
this stereotype is associated with Aquarius that they are very like they're supposed to be the quirky or the
Yeah.
oddballs of the zodiac, where not everybody understands them because
Uh-huh.
like they're very weird to a lot of people in the way that they express themselves. And
Right. Right.
I have Aquarius in my in my chart. Like my Venus is in
Acha.
Aquarius. So when I read about it, it says that your Venus is in Aquarius, which means
Hmm.
that your love life is going to be very unconventional. You'll be attracted to very unconventional people because Venus, like in a woman's chart, Venus is supposed to represent what she is attracted to and what is attractive about her, both of these things. So it also said that you're supposed to make friends who are very weird. You naturally attract people who are very odd, and you are attracted to unconventional relationships. But at the same time, you are very open minded because Aquarius is also supposed to be very open minded. It's not about the individual; it's about the community. So there are also some of them
Hmm.
kind of people. They're the people who will like to work with NGOs because they're very giving in nature. So they don't believe in one relationships.
Okay.
The they're more about the whole. They're more about the community rather than individualism.
All right. Okay. So, Riddhi, have you seen the TV series The Office?
Oh no, I have not, guys. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of people. I've seen, I think I've seen very small like video clips from those
Okay.
people.
Okay, because I am very curious about the sun signs of the characters there. So just give me a second. I just want to have a quick look at that. Sun signs of the. I mean, I'm really curious, and I just want to say if I am guessing it right or not. This would be very interesting. Let's see. Okay, so guys, I was just checking this out, and I was absolutely right about it. So, who do you think is a Capricorn from The Office? Guess any guesses. Think of the weirdest person, and you'll find your answer. So, Ridhi is back. All good, Ridhi?
Yes, all good.
Perfect. So yes, the thing that I was thinking, it's absolutely true, and I'm not surprised that that's how it is. But okay. So if in any case, if any of our audience or listeners are keen on knowing about the or keen on discussing about the same, about the sun signs of the characters from The Office, then just message me and we'll have a long discussion about it. I would love it. All right. So Riddhi.
Sorry, I think it's very interesting that you are encouraging everyone to do this activity because I am looking up like celebrities' birthdays all the time,
Uh-huh.
and it's very interesting to see like when I figure out that somebody was born in January, somebody's a Capricorn, somebody belongs to a certain sign, and it's even like I get even more into it when I find out that somebody is born on the exact same day as me.
Yeah.
So like I go into their like I go onto the Wikipedia page and I like try to read a little bit about their personal life and how they are perceived and things like that and the mistakes that they made in their life. And like I try to
Hmm.
find the common pattern if your birthday and your zodiac sign kind of helps connect the dots between all these people somehow. So it's very interesting, I think, to do this activity. And even in fiction, I think it's very interesting to know that when people are writing characters,
Yeah,
astrology definitely plays a part in that. When they
exactly. Like, do
intentionally
they think
mention,
about it? Hmm.
when they intentionally mention a character's birthday, that is also
Yeah.
very interesting. I think in a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows, they do that because they
Right,
know that
right.
like, people will do their own research, especially when there's like a big fandom involved, like in the case of.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's the entire list and it's fun. That's all I'll say. It's really good fun. Okay, so moving on to our next discussion. Okay, so mostly we have covered most of it, but so here I want to ask you if you have heard about or tried this app called the Pattern.
I have not. In fact, I found out about this app just 2 days ago. I was watching this video, this music video by Doja Cat, where this app sponsored the video. Where
Okay.
like, basically, guys, go and watch this song. It came out this week. I think it's called "You're Right." It's a very like sexualized song, so probably listen to it with your earphones on if your friends are listening, just a disclaimer. But so yeah, so she represents the sign of Libra in
Okay.
that video. Like it's they do if they've not put it in the lyrics. It's more
Mm-hmm.
of a visual representation. She's dressed up as the goddess.
Okay.
Not the goddess because Libra is not a
But
goddess. The sign
yeah, yeah.
Libra. She's got like the symbol of the sign like on her head and the weighing scales which represent Libra there in the back, and like the weekend is also on that song, and you have a scene of him where he's pouring water from this
Mm.
container. Like basically, it's a water bearer, which is known as the symbol of Aquarius. So that is very much an astrology reference. And
Uh-huh.
in video, there's a very clear shot of Doja Cat like opening this pattern app on a phone. So it's very obvious that it's a sponsored
Sponsored.
video.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this app is actually an astrology app or if it's just supposed to tell you about your personality. I'm not sure.
So
But
I'll tell you what. Huh. Go
so
ahead.
yeah, definitely in the same realm where people want. We want to know more about their personality, be it through astrology or be it through answering like a series of detailed questions, basically. So yeah, could be.
So I think I started using this app last year or maybe a little before that. I think a little before that, 2019 maybe. And Riddhi, it is absolutely crazy. It
It's that
is absolutely, it's that accurate.
okay.
So it's
Okay.
not about your sun sign. No, it's not. It's not, not at all. You would not see any mention.
So they ask about a birthday though.
Yes. So
So
it's all,
they're not they
but they
probably
don't talk about the, like they
they
won't.
don't about astrology, but they probably use the same and
Yes,
on
the method
like,
is the same. Yeah. The method is the same. It's just that they don't put you in that definition of a sun sign. But oh my God, the accuracy, it's absolutely mind-boggling.
the
It's so
moment
crazy. Like,
the moment you put in your exact birthday and if you can find out your birth time and enter that in
yeah,
the app that like then the amount of
accuracy.
detail then
Yeah,
that you can find out even through like a free app or a free website. I think it's very accurate, some of the things that I read.
yeah. So this app has been like, I love this app. I won't even deny, and it also gives you the option of checking your connections and all. And oh my God, I'm so obsessed with it. And it, because it is so accurate, and it actually tells you everything. And then everything that happens, what I do is ki, theek hai, something happened with me, so and so, okay, da da da, so and so happened. Then I'll go back and I'll read, because it gives you so it tells you about your personality. That's like one thing. Then it tells you about your timing, that during, from this to this time, this is what will be happening in your life. Then something happens, something huge happens, and then you just go back and read, and it's all written there. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that's one thing that I follow. The other thing is Susan Miller. Every beginning of the month, वो within second third of every month वो आ जाता है Capricorn का, and I read that आराम से शांति से, और वो read करके then I'm done. But yes, that is like one thing that I follow religiously. ये दो चीजें तो होनी ही होनी है. And
um,
as a
I
kid, it was Linda Goodman. बचपन में Linda Goodman was there. Then बेजान दारूवाला. I remember I used to जब भी वहां जाते थे, कुछ भी बुक स्टोर जा रहे हैं, कुछ भी जा रहे हैं, तो बेजान दारूवाला का ईयरली आपका निकल के आता था. तो यू कुड बाय दी सनसाइन वाइज, उनका हर सनसाइन का अलग आता था ईयरली. So just buy it, and you are done for the entire year. So as a kid, these are the things that I have been doing. So that's the reason why I say ki हाँ ठीक है, I am into that. And but yes, obviously I don't let that dictate my life. I don't let that take decisions for me. But it is quite interesting to know that all the stars, everything is aligned in such a way that it is just turning out to be exactly the way it is happening. And somehow that app knows it. Somehow that person, or it's crazy when you think about it. Okay, so Preeti has just asked what is the name of the app. The name is The Pattern, PATTERN, and it's really good. I love it. I could
so
be the face of the pattern if they would let me be.
actually मतलब मैं करती थी ये. I used to do that this maybe 2 3 years ago. Even before that, when I was going through a rough patch, I would go online and I would hear about my like monthly forecast. I've stopped doing that now because somehow like I found like I found a pattern basically with all of these videos.
Hmm.
It was the kind of creators that I was listening to. I did not connect with that lot of creators.
Okay.
So basically, what would happen was that if I was going through a rough patch, they would say something like, the month is going to be bad. But then
Ha,
things
ha.
would look up after a few months. Then after a few months, when I would go through a good phase, I would watch the video. They would say you're going through a good phase because this planet is in this. But like
Right, right, right.
So like I thought कि यार ये तो मतलब ये सर्कल चल रहा है कि अच्छा अभी अच्छा हो रहा है तो थोड़ी देर में बुरा होगा, अभी बुरा चल रहा है तो थोड़ी देर में अच्छा हो रहा है. So I can't really get so emotionally dependent on this that I become so desperate to find out कि अरे अगले महीने क्या होने वाला है. So I just stopped, watching these kind of videos, and
Right.
I became very subjective about how I view astrology. And I'm not the way I think of astrology, or the way I use astrology to form certain opinions and satisfy my curiosity has shifted drastically in the last
Hmm.
few years compared to when I started out and where I am now. Now
Right.
I'm now I'm more interested in finding out people's individual placements and how that can kind of affect their personality. I think that's much more interesting to me now. Or even how my own natal chart, how even different websites are have to say about that exact placement, because my natal chart doesn't change. Say when I
Right.
upload it on a pattern, for example, or when I upload it on a different website, it's not going to change, but the interpretation definitely changes. Like one website said that my moon sign is Libra.
Hmm.
So like as per Western astrology, my moon sign is Libra, but as per like Vedic astrology, it's Virgo. So yeah, like I said, it's different from both.
Right.
So one said ki, bhai, you are a Libra moon, so you are highly dependent on others. You
Huh.
want partnership in every aspect of your life. It even said ki if you want to go to the loo, you want someone to accompany you.
Huh.
And but then another website, they had a completely different interpretation of this. They said that because you're a Libra, you are very fair-minded, you are very balanced, uh, you're very diplomatic, but at the same time, because Libras are known to they don't have the backbone to take very hard decisions when it's required of them, which is why people think that they're two-faced a lot of times. So this other website had a completely different take on it.
Hmm.
The part that intrigues me, that if a certain website that doesn't even know me, if this website has an interpretation based on the accurate data that I'm giving it, just imagine the way people perceive me,
'Right.
10 people,
Very
10
true.
different people would have 10 different perceptions of me. So that is the interesting thing about astrology to me. And at the same time, when I go to a Vedic astrology website, they are saying something completely different. They are saying I'm a Virgo moon, so I have like Virgo traits in my moon, and that means that I have these characters which are very different from the Libra moon. So yeah, all of that is very interesting to me. That's the role that
Where you are.
astrology
Huh.
plays in my life today. I definitely don't look at daily
Huh.
like daily predictions. I definitely don't look at monthly predictions. I'm
Hmm.
definitely interested in knowing where I will be in the next 10 years based on astrology.
Right.
None of that.
Right.
None of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more like, for me, Susan Miller is more like it, okay. It's something that I read, then the life goes on, it just happens, and then again the same thing, that if something crazy happens, that's when I go back to both of these and just to check that what are they saying about it. And the good thing is that when I talk about the pattern, so it doesn't really talk about the the negative side. What it will tell you is that this is what your stars are saying, this is what is going to happen, and this is your chance to sort of work on it. Don't just sit back and let it happen. No,
That is
that's not the yeah, that's not the idea of that app. I believe that, at least that's how I take it. That But yes, even the language that they use and all of that, it's very clear that this is your timing and this is what is going to happen, use this time to do this, da 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 da, and majorly that. So I think that's quite interesting, so I'm very much inclined towards that app. And I think there was this actor also, I don't remember who he was. Mm, I don't remember
which
his name, but
we done. Tell me, I'll guess.
बिल्कुल नहीं याद, मेरे को बिल्कुल नहीं याद आ रहा, but there was this, let me quickly
Did
Google
he
it.
sponsor the app or something?
So he tweeted, he was like, "Ki, how the hell do you know everything about me?" Channing Tatum, I guess. Hold on. Channing
Channing
Tatum.
Tatum. How did the pattern know Channing Tatum is going to Magic Mike?
Yeah, just, huh. This was very, I think, this is interesting. So
But he could
he,
he could have been paid to make that tweet because they were not very strict. Like even now, there are not very strict guidelines that where people are obliged to tell the audience that certain piece of content that they're putting out is sponsored or not. So it
that's also
might
true.
have been a paid thing, but who knows? I mean, I can
Yeah.
totally see Channing Tatum getting into something like this.
Yeah, this was interesting, and this was also, I think, quite some time back. The pattern has only started picking up very recently. Like
I'm
this
I'm
app
going
has,
to I'm going to check it out for sure.
yeah, do check it out, and I would love to hear your views about it. So, Riddhi, what I think from what I have written, I think we have covered all of the topics. Is there anything that you want to talk about any further?
I was about to say, what you were saying about the app that guys, if you're speaking to any astrologer or if your family believes in an astrologer, family astrologer, any good one will tell you that whatever he's telling you about the future, like in terms of predictions, uh, any good astrologer will never claim that ye pakka hoga. There are only possibilities of certain things happening, and that
Right.
also changes depending upon how your astrologer looks at it. Like certain signs at certain degrees or certain planets aspecting one another at different times during the year, whatever, can mean certain things, can result to certain things. It doesn't mean that something will happen 100%. And that is why they tell you all these remedies. I mean, a lot of times they
Mm.
don't make any sense, but that is what the remedies are for. That if anything bad was to happen, you could deflect it by practicing certain things. You have to be a believer to believe that that remedy is going to work for you. Obviously, it's not a sure thing. Nobody has been able to prove that these things work, obviously, but just
Right.
stay very wary of astrologers who are claiming to know that certain things are going to happen for sure. And I would even go as far as saying, if you have been, for example, in a relationship with somebody for 5 years, there's a reason why that relationship has worked for 5 years.
Right.
For a astrologer to come and say that one of you might die after 15 years, or this relationship might not work out once you get married,
Yeah.
or you might have problems. I mean, that could happen to anybody.
Exactly.
Astrology,
There are no guarantees. Yeah.
yeah,
Like
there are no
nobody can, write it on a piece of paper and be like, this is exactly how it's going
exactly.
to be. That's
So
never how it is.
yeah, as much as I believe in astrology, I still think it's very mind-boggling. I think this is the point that we started the podcast with, that it's very mind-boggling when people make such big life decisions based solely on astrology. I think
Right.
astrology is definitely not something to be taken that seriously, because it's not something that's been backed by scientific facts, honestly. Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so based on the questions that we were guessing, I think the viewers are very intrigued by astrology from what I'm guessing. So guys, there's so much information out there. If you know your birth time, if you know your place of birth, you can go on any website, you can enter your details, you can read more about it. If you're confused about what certain terminology means in your natal chart, go and read up on that, what all these elements mean, what earth signs represent, what air signs represent, what we mean when we say that planets are aspecting each other, why some of you might feel that all the things that people say your sun sign is supposed to represent, a lot of people don't relate to it at all. There's a
Yeah.
reason behind that also, because there are so many other planets that are influencing your personality. Maybe the influence of those other sun signs is more on you than your sun sign. It could also be that. So
Right. Absolutely.
there is a lot to learn about astrology. There's a lot to read. I think astrology is definitely something that is here to stay. At least for the next generation, I think we will see a lot more brands getting into astrology, figuring out how to make money off of astrology by creating content,
Absolutely.
by using all the misconceptions that people have. I think brands are going to use the
Playing the
good.
cards right. Yeah.
Yeah, the brands are going to use the good and the bad, guys. So do your own research. I think it's very important to be informed about astrology. Even if you don't believe in it, at least read about it. And it's definitely a very interesting topic.
Absolutely. I totally agree with Rithi on that, that astrology is very interesting, but at the same time, don't let it rule your life. Like I said that, whenever I vibe with someone, I ask what their sun sign is, and that's where it ends. I am not judging them beyond that. I am not, say, if I vibe with someone who usually Capricorns don't vibe with that well, but I am vibing this with this person. So I won't just be like, oh my God, you are that sun sign. I'm so sorry, and we cannot talk. No, I'm sorry. That's not how it is.
You are a two-faced Gemini. I'm not going to be friends.
Exactly. That's not how it is. It's more about, how you connect with people one on one. And maybe the sun sign
You
works, maybe it
know,
doesn't.
I think the worst category to be in is when you only do surface level research on astrology. If anybody is starting out on astrology, make sure that you read everything. By
Yeah.
everything, I don't mean like go crazy like I have, but definitely do a little bit more research than watching one or two surface level videos about what different
Right.
sun signs mean. Because even if you're one of those people who forms relationships based on sun signs, know that you might as well be a very good friend with a Gemini, and you might
Yeah.
not vibe with another Capricorn being a Capricorn, because there are
Absolutely.
other elements in that person's charts. For example, their moon sign might be Capricorn and you don't know about it, or that person might have a different moon sign or something that is compatible with
Yeah.
your sun sign. So
Yeah.
there are
Absolutely.
many things to research on. And obviously, the best state of mind to be in is to be open minded. And if anything, if you have a bad perception about a certain sun sign, maybe making a very good friend out of someone who belongs to that sun sign will change your perception about that entire
Absolutely.
sun sign. So yeah, I think it's very important. I think we wanted to do one more segment, no, where we wanted to talk about the stereotypes associated with a sign. You want to do that?
Yeah. 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 Let's do that. Let's
Okay.
start with.
You start.
ठीक है. तो किस साइन से स्टार्ट करें? Hmm.
You want to do it for all the signs? We can do it for all the signs.
Do you want to just do it for Capricorn?
We can do it for all the signs. I think people will enjoy it more. No, I don't know how many
Let's keep
Capricorn.
it. That's true. So let's keep it like chota chota. Maybe just let's. So how do you want to do it? Just say
Whoever,
the.
whoever, whoever messages us first, guys, tell us.
Hold on. Let me.
Sign. Otherwise, we'll start with Capricorn only.
Tick 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 tick. Hmm. Let's see. I am pulling out a chart right in front of me, and we can just consult that. And okay, so let's start with Aries.
Aries is the first one. Na?
So Aries ka this website says aggressive. What do you think about it? Let's keep it like quick, snip, snap, snip, snap.
Okay, okay. So we are starting with Aries because it is
Aries.
in the sign. I think they are a little aggressive. Yes, I have a very good friend. She's aggressive, but
Huh.
that doesn't apply to my father. He's also an Aries, but that's because I know his moon sign. His moon sign is very different from the typical Aries characteristic. So I am leaning towards yes. If there are any Aries who would like to rebuke that, please comment.
please. Huh? So, in my opinion, Aries, aggressive. Aries that I know, they are not like, out front aggressive, but I have seen aggression in them. Like, they don't, from my observation, they don't just let it come out.
They are
They
very
keep it,
good. Like they're very
ha,
action oriented.
ha. So, yes. So, next one is Taurus, and it says lazy. Taurus, who
I am
is,
going to say yes because I have Taurus in my chart. I have Taurus in Mars, and
hmm,
Mars kind of represents action.
okay.
Now I'm very lazy. I know Capricorns are supposed to be very active, but I have Taurus in Mars, and Taurus love food. Taurus love sleep. Taurus likes good things. I relate with all of that, so I'm going to say yes.
All right. Do I know anybody who's Taurus in my life? I'm not sure.
They would be born in May or late April.
No, no. So I cannot really comment on that one because I don't know anybody who's that close. Gemini. Okay, next is Gemini, shallow.
I think we've discussed about Gemini. No, I don't
Gemini,
think.
quite a lot.
Yeah, no. I don't think they're shallow. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with any of the negative things that
Traits.
I usually come across when it comes to Geminis.
Huh,
So
with Gemini, even I have a good friend, and I don't think so that he is shallow.
they
No.
just don't take things too seriously. You can't call that shallow. I think that's where
Yeah.
many
Like
people label them
hmm.
as shallow. It's not true.
Like for this friend, I have seen his both sides. Like I would say I have been one of the lucky ones, or maybe the unlucky ones, whichever way you want to take it. But yes, I have seen both his sides, and they are very different. He's like two absolutely different people, and but yes, I won't say that he is shallow. Okay, so next is Cancer, weak and emotional. I would say yes.
What? What does it say?
Cancer, weak and emotional.
Weak and emotional. Actually, people say that cancers are very strong. They are supposed to be the mother figures of the zodiac. Cancer is governed by Moon. Moon is the mother. Saturn is the father.
Hmm.
Even cancers are supposed to get along very well because they are opposites. And in
Hmm.
astrology, opposites are not bad. They are supposed to balance each other out. So
Right.
one has what the other person lacks. So people say that Capricorn is the father. They lack the nurturing quality that
Hmm.
Cancer represents. So Capricorns
Be with.
should get together with Cancers. I've read that a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
Acha.
I actually don't have any personal opinions on this because I don't know a lot of cancers. I had a co-worker who was a cancer. We were not the best of friends, but I don't think she was weak. She was very strong. Today, she's a tarot reader actually, and she's doing pretty well in a small business. I don't think she was either. She was weak. Maybe you
Emotional.
could say she was a bit emotional, but definitely not weak.
Even I would agree with that. Like the people that I know who belong to this sun sign, they are not really weak, but emotional, yes. And because of their emotions, they sort of, obviously emotions, when they take over, you tend to sort of, become a little fragile and all. So I think, yeah, that's how I would like to put it instead of calling them weak. Leo, selfish.
I again don't know too many Leos, and I don't know if it would be right to use the word selfish, but they
Selfish.
can definitely be
Self
self-centered. They have very big egos. I,
Leos.
I, I am leaning towards yes. Sorry, guys, if I'm offending
That's
you.
how it is.
Yeah, but I'm sure there are a lot of good things about Leo as well. They're supposed to be very giving if they love a person. They are one of the most selfless signs. And of course, they think very highly of themselves because they are ruled by the sun that basically rules over the entire solar system. And they are
Yeah.
represented by the lion. So even if I was a Leo, I think I would think very highly of myself. So I don't think it's their fault actually.
Yeah. Leo. So one of my closest friend is a Leo, and I don't know. I wouldn't say that he is self-centered or selfish. Like I have never seen anything like that in him. So my answer would be no. All right, Virgo, perfectionist.
I think we got into this while you were setting up your laptop.
Right, right.
Yes, I don't know about perfectionism, but yes, they're very controlled and very analytical. They will not speak before thinking. They will not do anything before thinking. They will not do anything or say anything if they think it will make them look bad. Like
Right, right.
they will not talk very freely in public because they know people are watching and people form opinions very quickly because they
Yeah.
themselves form opinions very quickly. They are very judgmental. So they perceive the same about other people also and they act accordingly. That is what I would
Right.
say.
Yeah, I would agree on the same. All right. So next is Libra, indecisive. I would say yes, from what I have seen.
Libra, I don't know about indecisive, but I think like the Libra sun signs, even moon, I think this applies to me as well. If I lean into that interpretation, I think they like to start things, but they don't have the stamina to finish things. So I think that could be looked at as by indecisive कि
Being,
अरे अभी तो बोला था कि ये करेंगे अब कर नहीं रहे types, like
ha,
I've seen that in Libras, like they're very enthusiastic when they have to start something but they don't end up finishing it, like they don't have the stamina to see through their decisions, they don't have what it takes to take action till the end because they get carried away by other things, their mind is acting very quickly because they are another air signs. If you read on air signs,
hmm,
Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, all three of them are air signs, which means
hmm,
they're very in the mind, they're very cerebral. So like they're in 10 different places at the same time mentally. So there's a lot going on here. So they're not necessarily concerned about the nitty gritty of things and seeing through every action, but they definitely like to think about a lot of things at the same time. So yeah, maybe I
right,
think that would be yeah.
right. Yeah, I would say the same thing that yes, from my personal experience, they are, yeah, they say it, but then they are like, "Nah, छोड़ो."
Yeah.
And then they just, be like, ah, ठीक है, whatever.
They prefer
नहीं हुआ,
talking.
नहीं हुआ.
They prefer talking. They prefer the idea of things rather than the actual fact.
Ha, ha, ha. Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm
Okay,
sure
so
a lot
then,
of Libras are offended by this. But guys, please know that I'm a Libra moon and people say that even Libra moons are like that. Okay, so like what basically I'm dissing myself also. I'm like, is this my Libra moon acting like
oh man. All right, so next one is Scorpio, and the trait is lusty.
what? Lusty.
Lusty.
I actually don't know too many Scorpios. Lusty. I think it depends. What I've read is that I've definitely come across the stereotype, and it could be true. But I've also read that they're very secretive, so you would not know if
Yes.
a Scorpio was lusty. You
Yeah,
might
very.
need to spend a lot of time with them get to that uh, to get to that level where they are comfortable enough to show you their lusty side. So I
Yeah.
honestly don't really have an opinion on this.
From what I have seen and known is, Scorpios are very tricky. They are very tricky,
Tricky, like
and
understand or tricky to get
to
along.
understand, to get along with everything, they are very tricky.
Also, by
But
the way,
also,
besides Gemini, Scorpio is also one of the most hated signs
Scorpio is
because
also one of those. Yeah.
like I've seen this pattern, especially younger creators. I think there's a lot of hype about Scorpios. Maybe
Yeah.
it is to do with the fact that now we're seeing a lot of over sexualization and very open conversations happening because of sexuality. So there's like a
Mhm.
newfound appreciation for Scorpios in general. So I would say that I have either seen people praise Scorpios a lot or talk
Yeah.
about them in a very positive light where people go as far as saying that Scorpio is the strongest zodiac of the strongest sign of the zodiac. But at the
Uh-huh.
same time, the creators who are
who have like a different understanding of Scorpios. They say that Scorpios are like one of the worst signs of the zodiac. So
Yeah.
like both opinions are on the
Absolutely. So I
universe.
won't say that it is the worst sign, but yes, it is one of the trickiest sign, and
Have a
but
Scorpio in the
also very interesting. Huh?
I'm saying I know you have a Scorpio in the family,
Yes.
so you would
Yes,
know.
I do. Very well. So that's what I'm saying. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just that, you once you get used to them, then you know that, it's okay. You don't end up judging them or anything. And they are absolutely fun and very loyal, very like if they care about you, they care about you. And yeah, that's how it is. So that's my take on Scorpios. Like I don't hate the sign. No. Okay, so next one. Saggy commitment issues. 100 on 100.
Achha, now we have to be respectful about Sagittarius now because we are not Capricorns anymore. We are Sagittarius.
So even on that note, I'll be like, completely agreeing. 100 on 100.
Uh,
Like as a new Saggy or
Commitment
old.
issue saying na, हाँ, I've come across this one, but I don't think so. I I honestly, पहली बात तो I'm not very close to Sagittarius, but I don't think so. In fact, if you really about Sagittarius, you will read that they are supposed to be wisdom seekers. They're representative by
Hmm.
archer, so it's like half the body of an archer and half a horse. So these guys are supposed to be travelers. They don't like to stay in the same place. So maybe that's where
Right. That's the
this
reason why. Yes.
about not
Yes.
committing to anything or any place comes from.
Exactly. It's not about some
Yeah,
person, it's about everything. Because they
yeah,
like being. Yeah.
yeah. Because they are so expansive in nature. They are very broad-minded, so they want to explore different things, which is why it might come across to some people as them not having like a fixed take on everything or a fixed place they
Right.
would like to be, and in some cases a fixed person to be with. But I honestly don't think that this stereotype is true.
From my experience, I have seen it very closely, so I'll say yes. I say yes, yes. That is one of the things. That is one of the traits, and it is there. And if it's there, it's just there, and you have to be okay with it. You have to let them be. I think that's what they just really need. That you have to let them be, let them fly, let them. Don't put that thing on them कि ओ ये करना है वो करना है नहीं नहीं उनको बोलो जो करना है करो. So that's
Oh,
how they are.
this reminds me, I think I was once looking into all the celebrities who are Sagittarius. So, very interesting names like Miley Cyrus. She got
Mhm.
divorced and now she is doing basically what she wants. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
there's a wisdom in that. Like, why would you listen to anybody or why would you do something that is expected of you because you were a child artist and you have
right.
to, like, portray a certain image. And now she's completely broken away from that whole image of Hannah Montana. And she's
Uh-huh.
grown up and she's very comfortable with her sexuality. Then you have
Right.
someone like Taylor Swift, who is a Sagittarius, who is like,
Mhm.
who is who like if people won't know her birthday, you could easily say that maybe she is somebody like a Scorpio or even a Virgo who seems so like meticulous about her contracts and everything. She's basically releasing all of her music because she wants to break away from her music label and take
Right.
charge of all the music. And she's also someone who seems like she wants to be in a relationship with somebody or
Hmm.
the other, which is very much a trait of an earth sign who wants to settle down. So, which is very different from the like what we just talked about committing. I think
Right.
she wants to be
Right.
committed. So, who's to say that what is true and what
Yeah.
is false?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to Capricorn. It says conservative.
Just conservative, array. It says like it says so much. It says conservative. It says boring. It says sarcastic. It says dull. It says calculated. It says materialistic. It says
Right.
alcoholic. अरे मतलब when I read about it for the first time, like these people think we are the worst.
Completely.
हाँ
Very true.
हाँ,
But
तो I
फिर मैं
would
ये
like
सोची यार,
to
that's
delete
not who
all
I
these
am.
undone. हाँ,
But
sorry, sorry.
that's when I think कि that's not who I am. Like that's not how I feel inside. But is that how I come across?
मेरे लिए तो 50-50 है. See, I relate with a lot of things that I
Things.
read. Uh,
हाँ.
I relate to the money part. I think money is very important to me. So you could say I'm materialistic, but it doesn't mean that I'll be like, अरे अब इससे मुझे पैसे निकलवाने हैं, because that is what materialistic actually means, that you know you
हाँ.
want to rip somebody off, or you want to you're an opportunist
Opportunist.
basically.
हाँ.
I
हाँ.
won't say I am one, but there's nothing wrong about being careful about money. I definitely agree with that trait. I also relate to the whole sarcastic thing. I think I can be very sarcastic. I
हाँ.
don't
हाँ.
relate to the time management thing, that we are very like time oriented. If somebody wastes our time, we'll have a grudge against that person. I don't think that's true. If anything, I am always
Hmm.
the one keeping people waiting.
Yeah, same here.
Time management. And I've also read that Capricorns are supposed to be the most depressed sign of the zodiac,
I don't
because
agree with that.
they
Yeah.
have fun with everything from a young age. And at the same time, like the audacity of these websites, they write that we are the most depressed, but we are also the most emotionless sign. Like we don't have any emotions. Okay. So now I am here thinking that you have one person who doesn't have any emotions, but at the same time, that person is also the most depressed sign of the zodiac. So how are
Hmm.
you supposed to be depressed if you don't have any emotions? Like
Right.
how do you,
Absolutely.
I don't relate. I don't relate to the depressed part. I don't relate to the materialistic part. I don't relate
हाँ.
to the dull part. I think we
हाँ.
can come across as dull because we are not open books. We don't like to go like blah 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 if we don't know a person. I think
Hmm.
we are also very controlled in the way we
Right.
express ourselves, and we can be very conscious of our surroundings, we can be very conscious of our image, but I think all those walls start coming down when we figure out that somebody is worth our time and somebody is worth forming a friendship with. That's when
Right.
we get into the more fun side of Capricorn.
Right. Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. All right. So moving on to the next one is Aquarius lack of stability.
Lack of stability, no, I don't think so. I think Aquarius is actually said to be the smartest sign, and I believe that.
Hmm.
Uh, some of the Aquarius people I know, especially women, like these women have such an analytical ability. Like most of my bosses have been Aquarius, and I have had a tricky relationship with some of them. I've had a good relationship with some of them. But at the end of the day, I think these people, when I think of them, I think that they've been very smart. They're smart enough to outsmart the smartest people in the room. Like they're that
Very nicely put.
yeah, they're that cerebral. I think they know what they're talking about. And I also think that there's a lot of duality. Like Gemini, there's a lot of duality. Actually, more so to Aquarius,
Hmm.
where at one moment they seem very caring and very giving, but at the next moment they could be extremely detached. Like one moment you'll feel ki, "Arey, they've taken me under their wing." Like sometimes I
हाँ हाँ
felt it
हाँ
with my bosses, that they're looking out for me. They're almost like family. But at this like
हाँ.
at
Suddenly.
any other instance, I felt like why they're not even acknowledging my presence, and they're just
हाँ.
listening to my situation, and they're expecting me to figure out things because they themselves are very like independent in nature. They're very detached in a lot of sense, and they're
Right.
like, very independent. So yeah,
I don't really know any Aquarians in my life personally, so I cannot say anything
February
about that.
2021 in Feb or late
Yeah.
January.
Nobody who's been like that close कि मैंने इतना हाँ.
Mm.
And
Last
even
would,
for the next
sorry, you were saying?
even for the next one, the Pisces, it says moody. even for that, I don't really know anyone. Just के basis पे, I can agree or disagree. How about
I
you?
I have only one good Pisces friend. She used to be a colleague of mine. But she's actually a Feb Pisces. Like Pisces is supposed to be from like 20th, 21st Feb till
Uh,
March, 20th March.
2020, yeah.
Maybe I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I think even Pisces is pretty smart. Like people think that because they're ruled by like they're a water sign, they're very
Hmm.
emotional, moody. I've even read manipulative. I don't think so. Like
Hmm.
anybody can manipulate you if you let them, honestly. I don't think
Absolutely.
it's the way to manipulate anyone. And I don't think they're too moody either, honestly. I don't. I think I just don't know. Like you said about Aquarius, I don't know too many Pisces that
Hmm.
have a very strong opinion on them.
Right. So that's, we have done them all. We have talked about them all. And this was a good section, I would say. This was a very good interaction. And, discussing and telling, oh, yeah, that's what I think. Oh, no, 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 I don't agree. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, Riddhi, this was a really good conversation. And I'm glad that, you came up with this topic and it just, yeah, we just went ahead with it.
I feel
Loved it.
like after today's discussion, I'm ready to like not read any astrology content at least for the next 1 month. Like
Okay.
all the fun I had accumulated, I've poured out into today's conversation.
Completely. It's like, collected from everywhere, and then
Exactly.
so that's what we have done today. And I think, yeah, this was a really good discussion. I loved it. And all the ideas and everything that, you gave the list of all the things that we could talk about and the research that you have done. It's so on point. And thanks for answering all these questions that some of the people asked. And yeah, it was a
Thank you
very
for
good session.
thank you for being patient. I think a lot of times I was so curious to talk. I was not even letting you finish a question.
नहीं नहीं यो यार वो तो अब है ना कि अब if there is something to discuss फिर तो वो तो चलना ही है ना तो it's okay, it's all right. But yes, I would like to thank you for handling all the the technical glitches that I was having, and you were like, oh, the face, just chocolate.
Saturday, Saturday.
Absolutely. I don't even mind all these things now. It's like, it's a part of your life, and don't just start cribbing or start be like, ये हो गया नहीं यार ठीक है हो गया है, chill हो जाएगा. That's the attitude that I'm living with now. That don't stress about it. It will sort
Yeah,
out. Don't worry.
let's align again.
Completely. Oh man. ठीक है Riddhi, this was again a great session, and possibly I'll bring you back on this podcast for some other discussion. Possibly we'll come up with some other thing that we can discuss about, and
Yeah.
it would be really good because this was a really good discussion, and I would love to sit with you more and have a another discussion about something else.
Same here, you put me at ease. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for sharing your questions. We hope you didn't take anything too seriously and yet you are now intrigued to go and read more about astrology. And so sorry for all the glitches that happened throughout the session. But at the end, like Shruti said, it's been a very rewarding conversation. And I'm ready to just like I said, not read any astrology related content at least for the next 1 month. Guys, any beginners out here, you should definitely read up more. In case any particular segment interested, you can submit your questions to Shruti and we'll try and answer everything in the comment section of the
Right.
YouTube
Yeah. Yeah.
video
Yeah.
that goes up.
Absolutely. All right, Riddhi. Thank you for giving 2 hours for this conversation, and have a beautiful night and a great Sunday tomorrow.
Thank you so much, and I wish the same to you and everyone who's watched. Have a very happy weekend, and may your
Yay!
stars be bright.
Yay! All right, Riddhi. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you so
Bye,
much once again.
everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a good day.
All right, so that was an absolutely amazing and a very, I would say, a research oriented and, with a lot of research done about astrology. That's what this session was about. And Riddhi came up with so many pointers and so many things that she has read, seen, researched. And as she said, that, yeah, read about it as much as you can if you're keen about it. And even if you're not keen about it, maybe someday you will be, and whenever you will be, read a lot about it basically. And don't just believe anything blindly, and don't let these things take decisions for you. Let the decisions come from here or from here, or a balance of both. And yeah, so thank you for joining in. Thank you so very much. And thank you for staying with me and Riddhi for 2 hours. And this episode will be up on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and the audio will be available on all the podcast platforms. Thank you. Have a good night and have a great weekend.